What's up everybody, this is Revsanity. Today's video we're going to be test riding and reviewing the all-new 2022 Indian Chief Bobber Dark Horse. But as always, a few specs before we get started. This motorcycle is powered by the Thunderstroke 116 4-stroke V-twin engine, which puts out a displacement of around 1,890 cc's. Its claimed peak torque is at 120 foot-pounds at 2,900 RPMs. We have a dual exhaust, it's got a 6-speed transmission. The front suspension is a telescopic fork at 46mm, and a rear suspension is a dual shock with an adjustable preload. For the front brake, we have a single 300mm floating disc with a 4-piston caliper. For the front tire size, we're looking at a 130/90/19, and in the rear, we have a single 300mm floating disc with a 2-piston caliper and a 180/65/16. The ground clearance is 4.9 inches, the seat height is 26 inches, the wheelbase is 64 inches with a rake of 29 degrees, and a curb weight of 694 pounds. I want to thank Adventure Motorsports of Northwest Florida for letting me test ride this during their demo day, so without further ado, let's get it on. Alright you guys, we are on the Chief Bobber Dark Horse, man. My first time riding an Indian cruiser. My last video was the first time riding an Indian period. I had to start out with my roots. We're going to go into everything that this Chief Bobber Dark Horse especially has to offer. The Dark Horse is their special edition. This is actually has a stage 2 on it. So we got upgraded air intake. We got the Indian Performance exhaust. I don't know what cams are in here. They didn't have the paperwork on it. But 120 foot-pounds of torque. Is this the Harley killer? Oh, am I going to be embarrassed by this? All right, let's go through the controls a little bit. So we got your power on. And a nice thunderous Indian motorcycle touchscreen little unit here. I kind of like this. On the right hand side we got cruise control. Press it to start it, left to set it, right to accelerate. And then you got your power button, your engine turnover, and on the left side you got your horn, little horn there. You got your brights, and then push down you got your flash, and then you got your left indicator, your right indicator, push it to stop it, and then press it and hold it for your emergency blinkers. Press it off, and then we got some little navigation stuff. What is this? Okay, so on this on your right toggle, you have different speedometers and tachs and stuff you can go through. I like this. Looks a little bit more traditional. And let's see what we got over here. So, all right. So on your display thing right here, your speedometer touchscreen thing, you have a couple different modes. And it's also touchscreen friendly. That's our glove touchscreen friendly. That's nice. Let's see here. Go into settings. Got your VIN number and your model number. That's pretty cool. Got your vehicle settings right here, or updating maps, display settings, Bluetooth device settings, which is actually pretty cool. You can actually have your Bluetooth set up here. So if you have a Senna or Cardo or any other Bluetooth system, it'll actually display what's going on up here. And then going over here to your time, you can actually set it from your GPS. That's pretty cool. And then you go over here to your bike. Cylinder deactivation, that basically just shuts off a piston whenever it's in idle, once it reaches to a certain temperature, so it's not, overheating or anything. All right, let's go back to the menu here, and let's go to controls. And you got 3 different ride modes. You got Tour, you got Standard, and you got Sport. I'm assuming what that's going to do is it's going to, adjust the throttle position or, the throttle sensitivity. We'll start out in Standard for now, and you better believe we're going to do it in Sport later on. All right, let's go back to the main menu here. We'll go back to the gauges. Bam. Is there any triggers? Oh, there are triggers. What's the left trigger do? Left trigger goes and gives you information about the bike. So we got 34 miles a gallon, got 107-mile range. You got your temperature and your battery, voltage. Press it again, shows you what your ride times are. And then you got your map. That's pretty dope, actually. And then back to the tach. And the right trigger. I don't know what the right trigger does. I'll find that out. All right, so let's go ahead and crank it up, and then we're going to go down. I mean, it's Pensacola, Florida, so we're going to try to find some sort of twisties. Let's see what we got over here. Exhaust sounds good. All right, let's go find it out. Let's go see if I am regretful for even coming out here riding this thing. All right, let's see here. Oh my God! That power's there immediately. That is insane, son. Holy crap. I'll be honest, I wasn't prepared to have to like kind of squeeze my legs on the tank, man. Like it definitely kind of threw me back a little bit. Wow, these brakes are actually really good too. Those brakes are great. All right, forward controls, always a plus. I am 6 feet, depending on the day, either 195 or 200 or somewhere in between there. So my initial first impression of the Dark Horse, at least on this one with the Stage 2, is, yep, it's got some power. It doesn't punch me in the gut like I was expecting it though too. I mean, to be honest with you, like maybe it's just because of the exhaust. I don't know. It's a very smooth power as opposed to, you know, just punch you right in the face. But I'm also in standard, so we shall see what this guy is doing first. And then let's get out of here. All right. I don't know. It just kind of punched me a little bit. I don't know why I waved at that guy. I was just so happy because he was looking at me on the on the Indian. Oh my goodness, man! What the heck? What is going on, Indian? The throttle is definitely fly-by-wire. I can feel it. There's no cables in there. It doesn't feel like anyway. Golly, it's just so responsive. Going over bumps, that felt great. How nimble it, okay. Man, that's got some dig in it. I keep forgetting to do my sign-on thing. What's up, everybody? This is Revsanity. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we do moto vlogs and bike reviews such as this one. And we have a good time, as you can see. Man, this is incredible. If you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We enjoy having conversation. Go ahead and follow me over on my Instagram at Revsanity as well. Keep everybody in the loop of what's going on in my somewhat day-to-day life. But yeah, we're a newer channel, sort of. I started the channel about 6 years ago, just as like a thing. I had a GoPro laying around, and then sold my first bike, which was an FZ09 at the time. Sold that. Went a few years on a hiatus. Bought my first Harley-Davidson last September, and then I wanted to go ahead and get the channel started back up because I got really motivated to create content again. With that said, I appreciate every one of my subscribers. I thank you guys for coming back if you are one, and if you're a new one, I encourage you to join the family and join the Rev crew, my babies. We're gonna have a good time out here. So let's get back into this bike review. My initial thoughts on this 2022 Chief Bobber Dark Horse. And right now, this is a dream. This is an absolute dream. My feelings are hurt. I'm not gonna lie. This is a different riding experience. I just love, I mean, it's an expensive bike, don't get me wrong. The MSRP on this bad boy, this one is, I believe this is titanium smoke. And this is $19,499. That's what the MSRP says on the sticker here. I don't know if that includes the Stage 2 though, so don't hold me to that. Maybe Indian can reach out and give me a little bit more information about that. Oh look, we got like a little twister. Let's go over here. Oh man, if that car wasn't there. This thing wants to dig, dude. This thing just wants to like, it wants to go into these corners like, please abuse me. You know, dodge that cigarette butt. So here's where Indian kind of separates themselves when it comes to, I gotta say it, the rivalry between Indian and Harley-Davidson, all right? Indian listens very much to their customer service or to the customer base. And I gotta tell you, with the tech like this right here, even just like how integrated everything right there is, I don't know, like it's just, for me as a millennial, and I look at that and I'm like, that's pleasant. And I like that. And also down here is I don't know if that's the right one or not. There's a USB cord where you can, you know, plug your phone up and stuff. In fact, I wanted to try it out, but my USB thing is in my backpack. But that's just the little things like that. Something that would just be so, what do you call it? just like considered, I guess. I don't know, man, because everybody has their cell phones now, right? Even the old Harley guys or whatever, you know. But and I don't even know when you at what point on the Harleys you start getting the USB thing. I know on the street glides and the road glides it has them in the fairing, kind of tucked away. This doesn't have it, or this one doesn't have like a fairing or anything. But it's all powered from in here, or and I'm assuming coming off the battery. But I wish I would have asked him where it was. Is it this one? I don't know. It's hanging down somewhere down in here. That's the only thing you have to worry about, I guess, is just like a hanging piece of wire. Maybe you can have some sort of mount like down here or something. I know on the other Chiefs, they have them, or on the Scouts. I think on the Scouts, they have them underneath the thing right here with a little plate that covers it. Anyway, point being, yeah, this bike is awesome, dude. It is very good. The forward controls feel great. I'm 6 feet, like I said, and I mean, I always prefer forward controls if I'm on a cruiser. It is kind of already developing a little bit of a hot spot. I think actually they they call that like a pocket of heat or something like that. Indian does, the engineers do, but I can definitely tell when I put my leg down by the exhaust. It's a little warm, a little bit toasty, and it gets toasty here in Florida. Kind of riding around Pensacola to kind of give you how it performs in a day-to-day small town situation. I do like these handlebars actually. If they were just a little bit higher maybe, and maybe just like a little bit more angled back. I mean like angled inward or whatever. I've been kind of liking those the ape hangers that have like I don't know what you call them, but they kind of have that little tusk look on the handles, and they kind of angle in just a little bit. Yeah, that feels good, son. That feels real good. Looks like the rev limiter hits about 5,000. It feels about maybe around 2,500 is where the power kind of starts to come in, from what I can tell. This is just me. I haven't read any of the spec sheets or anything like that, so don't hold me to where where the power band really is. But I can tell from like that 2,500 to 4,000 is where like the strongest pull is. Having the keyless ignition is also nice. I didn't touch on that, but there's no key. It's just, this is your power button right here. That's how you turn it on and off. Neutral, pretty easy to find. Let's see here. I still want to know. I guess that's all going to be connected whenever you have your Bluetooth set up, because it has a music symbol on there and a little dude down here talking. So I'm assuming that has to do with if you have your Bluetooth set up, which I do not yet. I can definitely feel the heat is right there. Yeah, it's cooking my hamstrings. If I can get around this car. Oh, perfect. He's turning. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put it in sport mode, because we're going to go over here to Scenic Highway right there at the end of this road. So let's go ahead and go into our settings. Let's see if I can remember. Bam. There. Controls. Sport. Can I do the trigger thing? Yeah, left trigger. I still wish I knew. Oh, what is that left trigger or the right trigger? I have no idea what it means. Long press doesn't do anything. Oh, that throttle response, yeah, much different. Oh, yeah. There's that gut punch I was looking for. There's that gut punch! That's what I was wanting. That's smooth, dude. Yeah, sport mode, throttle response, can vouch. Red light to red light. Yep. The downshift feels really smooth too. Like I don't feel any kind of jerking or anything like that. So I'm not super familiar with Indian's engines or their motors or anything. So this has the Thunderstroke 116. That's cubic inches for all my European friends. But again, I'm coming from a 103. So at this point, like anything is stronger than my Breakout at the current moment. I will say I prefer the way my Breakout sounds over this. That's I don't know if that's a performance drawback or if that's just a miles per gallon factor, but I mean, this right here just has this right here is like the tits. I'm not even gonna lie. Of course, this is a problem. Every single time I get on a new bike, I'm like, oh, this bike rides better than my bike. But then I have to realize my bike is also, well, it's a 2015. This is a 22. So I mean, if we're going in manufacturing years, what is that, like 7? Quick math. 7 years old. Ancient technology. Air cooled. Actually, I think this is air cooled too. I kind of like the fact that the air intake is on the left hand side too. I don't know why. And it's actually, I mean, it bumps up against my, it does bump up against my left calf a little bit, but it's nothing like, it's not intrusive. Oh. Holy shiza. So it will do 100. And it'll pull, son. Like, that is, it comes out of the gate like a mother. I mean, that is, I mean, seriously, I would highly recommend, if you're going to get the Dark Horse, especially with the freaking Stage 2 on it, get you a seat, like a Saddleman or something that's got like a good plant in the back of your butt, because this right here, yeah, like it definitely, I feel like I want to slide off a little bit. Like it definitely, I don't feel planted. And if you're going to do any sort of spirited driving in sport mode especially, you're going to want to have that good security, you know what I mean? Like I definitely feel like as I'm rolling on it, I definitely feel like my hands kind of want to slip off a little bit, because it's like riding a freaking Bronco, just a pissed off Bronco. But this thing grips, man. Like I want to be able to take it around some really tight curves and then really kind of test what the bike can actually do, you know what I mean? Because I will say that like this bike definitely wants to be unleashed a little bit. I could definitely feel the performance out of this for sure. That's what it's like. It's like it's yelling at you a little bit. It's funny. Got a little spot back there, actually. Let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna turn around and go see that spot. I wonder how many passes I can get through here before I get in trouble. Alright, this is residential back here, so I can't really rip it too much. Alright, let's see here. Oh yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I can't, like, I don't know how fast it took me to get to 60, but yeah, dude, if you're looking into a performance cruiser, I mean, out the gate, if you're going to spend Harley money, you might as well go ahead and look at the Indian. I said it, okay? I'm sorry, I said it. I can't dispute the facts, okay? It depends on what you want. I like performance, and I also love classic, but I also like performance more. I can't refute this, man. I can't. Do I regret buying my Harley? I love my Harley, okay? I'm not gonna say I regret buying it at all. Like that's not what I'm trying to say. All right? I'm not trying to tell you that Harley is better than Indian. I'm just saying that the performance aspect of this motorcycle right here is blowing me the heck away, and I'm a little bit sorry that I didn't really take Indian seriously when I was looking to buy another motorcycle. Okay, all right, there's the truth. I said it, and that's the way it is. Now I'm not going to trade my Harley at all. I absolutely love my Harley. I will say, and this is just my opinion, I think that Harleys look better than Indians. I feel like their style looks a lot better. I'm not a huge fan of the Challenger's, what do you call it, the fairing. I don't know, it doesn't look as original. It just looks a little bit too, I don't know, it doesn't look like a classic bagger, you know what I mean? But the performance, son, you put a 131 on a road glide and try to hang with a stock freaking Challenger, like why? And I guess like some insight to the reason why Harley can't get the same performance as Indian is because of the fact that it has to do with the EPA situation and the way the engineers work with the air-cooled system. I don't know. I could be entirely wrong, and I could be completely making no sense. So who is this bike for? And this is a little bit of where that Harley versus Indian comes into play, okay? This is the only argument that I'm really going to make for it. If you want like a classic bike and a solid performing bike, if the silence is telling you anything, I'm telling you, I think the Indian. I would pick the Indian, dude. I'm not even joking. I can't not say that this is an incredible experience right now. I love every single Harley that I've ridden, and I love every other bike that I ride. But this right here, if I'm wanting classic and performance, I'm going with the dark horse, baby, or the bobber anyway. This is a punch in the this is a punch in the face for sure. My feelings are hurt. But seriously, if you're looking at getting a cruiser and you want to get something with a lot of performance, right out the package, you don't have to worry about upgrading a whole lot, like, parts and stuff like that. Definitely, I like this bike a lot. I really do. I would definitely say, hey, this is the bike for you. Comparable bike. It feels like it's pretty comparable to a Softail. Maybe like a Softail, or shoot, I don't know, man. But the problem is the forks, they look like that of a Fat Boy. You know, those are big forks. The suspension feels good. I never really touched on that. The suspension feels great. The seat is actually not super comfortable. My butt is kind of getting a little bit hot spot. Yeah, I definitely would upgrade the seat probably at some point. So is this a good beginner bike? Man, I don't know. I really don't like that question that much, to be honest with you. You know your experience and you know your limitations as a rider. The only thing I will say though is, like, anytime that there's a bigger motor involved, I tend to kind of push my limits a little bit. And but I've been riding since I was 10 years old, but even then, like, I grew up riding like freaking dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff like that. So anything that I had bigger, I'm like, I want to go faster. I want to go faster. But the dirt hits a lot softer than the concrete in another vehicle, that's for sure. So really, if you feel confident in yourself as a person, and that you can ride within your limits and not being a freaking idiot on the road and cutting people off and stuff like that, and then because this bike will get away from you, just like you just do that and then you freak out. Another rider may not know what to do. You get that throttle, you're like, oh God, what's going on? And then next thing you know, you're sliding down, having a head-on collision, or laying the bike down, or high siding or something. Happens to even the most experienced of riders. So that's my thoughts on any bike can be a good beginner bike if you're disciplined. If you have the self-control, dude, freaking do it. I'm gonna go over to the street actually. This bike rips, son. This bike rips. Actually, oh dude, I am gonna get some B-roll footage over here because I like old school looking, creepy town looking stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna hop in here, pull some B-roll footage. Probably gonna use it for the intro and the outro stuff. You guys stay decent and ride safe, all right? I'm gonna get this thing back to the dealership before I get in trouble with my wife. All right, you guys. Stay decent. Peace.